Hi, Buzz. What? Let me see, Bubba. Come here. All right, you guys. Now, I kind of want to talk about this just a little bit. I have to let it be known I'm not a big fan of Team Ninja. I don't really like Neo or Neo 2. Wolong was okay at best. I didn't even play it for that long. Um, I didn't really get into Strangers of Paradise. I'm not a huge fan of the whole uh, loot, like the jackpot style loot system. I don't like that. I like and games like Final Fantasy or Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Lords of the Fallen, where you have to do a certain set of events, like you build your character. And I understand that you can do that in these games, but I always feel like in like Neo 2, for example, I'm trying to build a strength character, but I keep getting these like dual wielding daggers and dual wielding nunchucks, and I'm like, I don't want this stuff. I want a broadsword or like a long katana. I don't want size. I don't want nunchucks. I don't want a bow staff. I want a fucking broadsword. Or like if I'm trying to go like make an assassin build, and I do want the little bleed dagger or something like that, or the little tiny fast weapons, I get, like the bow staff or a scythe, or you know what I mean, or like I'm trying to build a strength character and I keep getting all this light armor that does me no good from my strength build. I don't like not having control over that type of stuff. It doesn't feel immersive to me. It feels like they're trying to suck me into a reward system, and I'm not really a fan of that style of loot giving just for that reason, because I feel like it's something that tries to trigger that like gambling aspect in your brain. I'm not saying that they're bad games. I'm not like sitting here going, oh, those games suck, they're dog shit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're not for me. I much rather prefer, if I'm going to go with the Souls-like, I prefer Mortal Shell. I prefer Lies of P. I prefer Lords of the Fallen 2023. You know, I prefer that type of stuff over Neo. So I kind of want to let that be known right now.
Centuries ago, Japan was unified under the Tokugawa shogunate. It closed its doors to the rest of the world. For a time, the island nation prospered. Yet despite its apparent tranquility, conflict brewed beneath the surface. Feudal lords known as daimyo were kept under strict surveillance. In public, they were loyal. But the coals of discontent were slowly being fanned towards conflagration. Deep in the mountains of Kurosu, weapons were secretly forged in preparation for rebellion. But the Shogun's forces got wind of the plan and took terrible and bloody reprisals. Another type of weapon being forged in Kurosu. Warriors known as the Veiled Edge. Skilled in both subterfuge and the way of the sword, these nameless assassins were unmatched in their abilities. Under the tutelage of a master, the Bladesmith, they honed their skills in pairs called Blade Twins. Go! Separately, formidable. Together, unstoppable. Blade Twins are forever tied together by the bonds of fate.
I actually like the way that character looks, so we're gonna go with that. Polishes the blade, so too does the blacksmith sharpen the veiled edges in their charge. Choose a blade sharpening origin to determine the veiled edges, initial abilities, and switch. Yeah, so everybody except for Sourdough and Co. because Gavin Newsom's a fucking scumbag and he's friends with the owners. I don't usually try to talk politics, but that dude's a fucking piece of shit. Him and his Aunt Nancy Pelosi can go suck a fucking dick. They destroyed California. Our crime is higher than ever. Our drug overdoses are higher than ever. Dude, our state is in fucking shambles right now. But yeah, he's friends with the owners of Sourdough. So about 3 years ago, too, we had huge fires that were sweeping through California. California was literally burning to the ground. There was like 160 wildfires that were burning. In fact, we had one that was burning about 3 miles up the road. We were yellow zoned, meaning that they were coming through telling us, hey, pack your shit because you're going to be getting evacuated. But luckily, the wind shifted and started blowing the fire in the other direction. We were like that close to having our house burned down. But this piece of shit, his wife has a family ranch in Montana, and he sent our most elite firefighting squads out to Montana to protect her family's ranch because there was a fire near it. And that's why a shit ton of California burned to the ground. But I think that's fucked up for the employees of Sourdough & Co. because they're getting screwed in the ass right now. While burger flippers at McDonald's are going to be making $25 an hour or whatever, you know, the sandwich artists over at Sourdough & Co., who I might add have to know how to cook bread right, not just one type of bread, many different types of bread, but they have to know how to make clam chowder soup and many other soups. And they have to know how to make like actual real food, not just put it through a microwave, slap it together and give it to you. And they don't get paid the same amount of money. I think it's fucked up. And I feel bad for all of those people that aren't going to be getting the minimum wage boost. Meanwhile, McDonald's is already automating its locations, meaning that like our McDonald's, there's only like 4 people that work at it now. Literally, it used to have like 30 employees. There's only like 4 or 5 that work there now. There's a couple of drive-through attendants, there's a manager, and there's like a person that slaps the burgers together. That's it. Everything else is automated. Like fry bags get put in this thing and they open the bag themselves and drop the fries into the fryer, and then the basket lifts itself up and dumps it out, and then the servings are made themselves, and the customer has to go in and touch a screen to order what they want because there's nobody at the counter anymore. Because of this law, it's gonna fuck thousands of kids out of fucking jobs, dude. Not thousands, like tens of thousands. Places like McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell and all these other, like Jack in the Box and all these other fast food restaurants, these were jobs for kids that were in high school or even like college level kids. These were entry level positions into the workforce. I'm not knocking people who work at McDonald's. By the way, I worked at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, and Jack in the Box and Carl's Jr. I worked at all the fast food restaurants. I'm not knocking it in any way, shape, or form. But it is not rocket science. It is not brain surgery. It's not working out on the oil rigs. It's not felling 400-foot tall ponderosa pine trees in the middle of a crowded city. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much skill to work at a fast food restaurant. The hardest part about a fast food restaurant is the bitch-ass Karens and Kevins that come in and think they can treat you like shit. But because of this law of the minimum wage going up, what these restaurants are going to do, they're going to say, oh, why would I pay an employee $45 or $50 or $60,000 a year when I can buy a robot for $10,000 one time that'll do that job for free? You see what I'm saying? They did it with car washes. Car washes used to be all manned. There were no automatic things. There were no tracks. People would drive up to a car wash, and this crew of people would come up and they would clean your car. 90% of car washes now are all automated. There isn't even a person that works there. Not like a clerk or an attendant or anything. You just pull your car up, you lock the two front wheels in, you get out, you walk away, and your car goes through and gets cleaned. And because this exact same thing happened in the auto detail industry about 15 years ago. They raised the minimum wage for people who worked in that service industry, and within 5 years, 90% of car washes were all unmanned, like meaning nobody works in them anymore. They're all automated. And the same thing is going to happen to gas stations and fast food restaurants. I worked at a gas station once that was basically just a kiosk. I just handed shit through a window. That's it. People would slide their card in and they would ask, hey, let me get a Baby Ruth and a soda. I would just stick them under the door, and that didn't take any time from me at all. I mean, they already make robots that sort that shit out and can do it. Like a robot will grab a soda and hand it to you. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent right there, dude. It really frustrates me because I've lived through something like this before, and I can tell you right now, this isn't going to help out these people. What it's going to do is it's going to push them out of a job, and it's going to push automatons in. And I don't mean like the T-800 is going to come out and go, I'll be back with your order. That's not what I'm saying. They specifically make automated robots to do this shit, though. And a lot of things, like in McDonald's, they have this thing where it's like a delivery driver will go and he'll slide like 15 boxes of patties into this conveyor belt type refrigerated unit, right? And then as it starts making hamburgers, it goes through the arms, open up the box, it dumps out all the patties, and then they go into a sifter, and they sift, they cook, and then there's like little like spatulas on arms that come and they slap the burger together, and then it goes through like another little roller thing that wraps it with the piece of paper, and then it slides down another like a piece of metal into a bag, and then the bag is like on whatchamacallit, like a little it looks like a little robot on wheels. It's basically just a box on wheels, and the bag is sitting on top of it, and it rolls over to you, hands you the bag, and then it rolls back to where it started from. And it's fucking scary, dude, because think about it. In the food service industry right now, in the fast food service industry right now, there's probably about 50 million people that have fast food industry style jobs, whether it's In-N-Out, whether it's Jack in the Box, Arby's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, Jimmy John's, Subway, I don't think Quiznos is around anymore, but, Baskin Robbins, all these little fast food places, I would have to say there are probably 50 million people that have some sort of job like this. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, KFC, Cane's, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. There are fucking thousands of restaurants that are like that. What's going to happen when all those people can't get fucking jobs anymore? What's going to happen? I mean, they think that they have it bad now. It's going to push all of them onto some sort of government assistance program. And then people like me, like the blue-collar people that are just barely surviving, we're going to be the ones to fucking feel it. Because my taxes are going to go up. All my fees for everything are going to go up. I'm going to get taxed higher on gas. I'm going to get taxed higher on my check. I'm going to get a higher sales tax. I'm going to get a higher SSI tax. Like, all that shit is going to go up, dude, and it's going to fucking be insanely expensive here in the next few years to live. Anyway, okay, trust me. I know. But dude, it's hard. Like, my mortgage is already $3,000 a month. And I have 4 kids. 3 of them are boys, so they're constantly fucking eating. We spend like $700 a week on food. And our PG&E bill is like $800 a month because we have like it's technically a 3-story house because of the basement. But that's like we're straight up house poor right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, at my job, I collect everybody because we go through about 2 cases of water a day, and I collect everybody's cans and bottles and beer bottles. I collect all that shit. And it helps a little bit. I get like an extra $400 a month during the summertime because everybody's sucking down, 5 or 6 waters every couple of hours. And they're a nickel a piece in California, so I'll get a nice little chunk of change back from that. But man, even then, dude, it's getting rough. And I'm 40 years old, dude, so I can't do the shit that I could when I was 17. I'm thinking either going strength or dexterity. What do you guys think? Strength or dexterity? Oh, I already picked. Here, can I go back? Yeah, it's seducer or... Oh, I don't know. No, because there's, something, dusk, and then dawn. And I picked dusk. And that's the difficulty part.
Follow me.
I almost went with strength too because I like strength builds. Like in Dark Souls, I like the badonk. I like the badonkadonk swords.
What are you going to use?
Select weapon. The 2 weapons you choose here will be your initial weapons. Oh, damn it. So it was like small swords and that was a picture of a gun, right?
You're still not done yet. It's best to go with something that suits you.
Okay, normal attack, advancing attack, charge attack. All right. Yeah, this feels kind of good right here. Oh, I get 2 weapons.
That one, huh? Be sure you take some time to get a feel for it.
Okay.
You're happy with that then?
Actually,
I know it's
wait.
hard to decide, but we don't have all day.
Let me see this right here. Maybe. I do like halberds and shit, but yeah, let's stay with this. Okay, let's go. Kirk, welcome to the chat. Sorry, I didn't
All right,
greet you when you first popped in. I apologize for that.
Training or not, I won't pull my punches. Not bad.
Oh shit, Bass!
Well, you coming or what?
How have you been? I was just talking about you guys. I was streaming Final Fantasy VII, and I was talking to somebody that just subbed to my channel, and I was talking to him about Final Fantasy XIV and all that. I need to get my shit together and hop back in because I want to platinum that game. Hold square or triangle with R1. Use key to unleash powerful attacks. Each martial skill has special attributes and may be modified by repeatedly Dude, my broken tooth keeps snagging on my cheek and it's killing me. By repeatedly pressing or holding the button. Exhaust an enemy's ki using martial skills or other attacks. With their stance broken, they'll be unable to move and you can unleash devastating strikes. Okay, so hold R1 with square or triangle.
Right. Let's rim them up, shall we?
Okay, press any variation on the D-pad to use items registered to loadouts. Medicinal pills restore health. Oh. I'm doing alright. Like, I got a good job right now that I've been working at for about 3 years now. I'm still kind of low man on the totem pole, so I get laid off in the wintertime, but it's like good, honest manual labor, and I like it. Winnie, what's up? Interacting with the Veiled Edge banner will restore your health as well as replenish your medicinal pills and projectiles. Just be warned that it will also cause defeated enemies to reappear, so it's a bonfire. When you run out of health or restart the game, you will return to the last Veiled Edge banner that you interacted with, or else the last checkpoint that you passed. Okay.
We're here.
Oh my god, so we got April, May, June. April, May, June. April, May, June. Shadow of the Erd Tree. Finally, after 2.5 years, Shadow of the Erd Tree, dude. April, May, June. April, May, June. That's all we gotta do. We got, let's see, it's already March 20, we'll say March 27th already because today is already over with. So there's only, 4 days left of this month. So all of April, which is 30 days. All of May, which is 31 days. Okay, so that's 61. Plus the 4 days left in this month, that's 65. Plus the 20 days in June, because it comes out June 22nd. So 87 more days. 87 more days, and we get Shadow of the Erd Tree. So this is a game called Rise of the Ronin. It's by the same studio that did Neo 2, Wo Long, and Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise. It is a Souls-like that is imagine like Sekiro and what's in it, like Sekiro and imagine if Sekiro was made in like the 1800s, but with more of like a Neo, because Team Ninja aren't really graphics games. They don't put a lot of effort into their graphics. Their effort is more in like their combat and all that stuff.
Time to begin.
But yeah, I do gotta agree with you. For a PS5 game, I feel like the graphics should be a little bit better than this.
I'll get the better of you this time.
Okay, use a counterspark to deflect and neutralize enemy attacks. Counterspark is triangle. Deflecting attacks with countersparks will cause enemies to become temporarily panicked, opening up a window of opportunity for you to deal major damage. An enemy's panic status is indicated by the red gauge. Okay.
Well played.
Okay, so it's a parry.
That's it. Read their intention.
You can deflect the repeated attacks of an enemy combo using counter sparks. But please note that deflecting one attack in a combo will not cause an enemy, oh my god, dude, to become panicked. So rather than focusing on deflecting everything, it may be best to block. Counter spark. What?
Slip top.
Oh, damn it. Okay, okay. The best way to drain an enemy of ki is to first reduce their maximum ki. Panic enemies with counter sparks and then attack to significantly panic enemies with counter sparks and then attack to significantly reduce their maximum ki, making it easier for you to fully deplete their ki. In such a situation, the use of martial skills will prove more effective than normal attacks.
I know your every move. You'll have to do better.
Critical hit. Triangle. When the enemy's stance has been broken, fully deplete your enemy's ki to break their stance. Once the enemy has been incapacitated and the lock-on icon has turned red, you will be able to execute a critical hit capable of dealing major damage. So, what I gather, I feel like the combat is very like Ghost of Tsushima meets Sekiro in a lot of ways, because Sekiro had a very basic combat system with elements of certain counters and stuff thrown into it. And I'm talking just the basic, the frame of the combat in Sekiro, not including all of the arm gadgets and all that other shit, or the mortal draw with the black blade or anything. I'm talking about with the normal Kisebimaru. It was just a very bare bones system with just this other shit that you could throw in and kind of mix and match counters and blocks and stuff like that. But the combat does feel very like, you know, in Ghost of Tsushima, when you go to stand off and shit like that, it feels very similar to that style of combat, where you've got the one guy going in one-on-one on you, and you both kind of like, you know, flex up on each other. It reminds me a lot of that.
What am I doing? You've improved.
Yes, you did well. Next, you will fight me. I will face the both.
Oh shit, not Grandma.
Stay sharp. Now's our turn.
In the veiled edge, 2 at 1. Show me how well.
Give me a second, I'll explain what happened.
What's the matter?
You can switch control between either veiled edge member at any time. Switch controlled veil edge is L1 and up. Changing between your characters to suit the battle conditions may help you to turn a fight to your advantage.
It's already sharper than this.
Working together is the only path to success. It looks like you're getting somewhere.
Damn it!
It's not over till it's over.
Oh, I need to step back.
Savor how it feels for two to work as one.
Get out of there!
Okay, so
That's enough training for now.
my son has a friend who
I'm
his
assigning you a new
situation
mission.
isn't too great at home.
The black
and
ships from America are anchored off the coast at Yokohama.
basically we had an outbreak of
Sneak
lice.
aboard and steal
And
the secret message
in the
in
past
Commodore
month, and I've never
John's
even known
possession.
somebody that's had lice
Then,
before.
if the opportunity
I've had
arises,
crabs once before. That's a
kill
long
Terry.
story,
Understood?
a really long story that is kind of hard to explain. But
You dare question your master?
I've never met somebody that's ever had lice before, right? And this
Shogunate
kid
has made a
twice
deal with
in
the
6
Americans.
weeks
That is
brought
reason
lice
enough
into our
for us to
house.
strike.
And so
This is the day
like
our
all
clan
weekend
has
long,
long
we had to
prepared
just,
for.
we were disinfecting the
We
entire
finally
house,
go to
spraying
war
everything
with
down
the
with
Tokugawa.
Lysol, and I
This
just
is
said,
an order.
fuck it, and I
Failure
shaved
is
my
not
head,
an
because
option.
I didn't feel like going through the whole
Are you
treatment
ready
and
to
the
head
creams
for
and all that
black
shit
ships?
again. We've debated calling, like getting CPS involved, because we understand that it's
I
not the
know you
kid's
will not
fault.
let me down.
Like, the parents should have
Now
really
move.
stepped in and done something about it by now, because it's been 2 months now. But it got to a point where we had to ban the kid from coming to our house because nothing was changing. Like I said, it's not that we're mad at the kid or anything. It's not his fault. He's a kid. It's his parents. But, you know, I honestly think that they're doing methamphetamine, because just the way that they act and stuff like that. But the last time the kid was here, this is another reason why we had to ban him from the house. The last time he was here, he was lucky I was home, because for whatever reason, he was standing outside my dog kennel, screaming bloody murder at my dogs. Ah! Ah! For I don't know why. But my German Shepherd was, you know, doing what German Shepherds do, and she thought that my son was in danger, and she was gonna fuck this kid up, dude. And she was like trying to rip the chain link off the fence and everything, or off the kennel. Like, she was tearing at the kennel, and I heard what was going on, and I opened the window, and I was like, is this kid really screaming at my dogs right now? And he was just screaming bloody murder at my dogs, and I was like, get the fuck away from my dogs. Like, my German Shepherd was ready to end his life, dude. And I'm glad I caught it when I did, dude, because I don't know how much longer that kennel would have stood up against my Shepherd. But in my head, I'm like, dude, who is teaching their kids that kind of behavior is okay? If I found out my kids were doing that at somebody else's house, I'd whip the shit out of my kids. Like, you don't scream at somebody's dogs like that. That's not okay behavior. That's not, like... And that's another reason, because it was just, you know, some... I don't know. I just, like, I understand. Like I said, it's not the kid's fault. I get that. But at the same time, this is the second time we've had... I didn't want to fucking shave my head, dude. I like my hair. But this is the second time that we had an outbreak at our house, and you know, we were trying to help the kid, but it got to a point where we were like, dude, we can't do this anymore.
Don't forget this.
But that's one of the reasons. My hair used to always look like this. It was like this when I met my wife, and then a couple years after my wife and I got together, she was like, "What does your hair look like? I've never seen you in person with hair." So I started getting like buzz cuts and stuff like that, and little short haircuts. And then one time about a year ago, I grew my hair down to right here. And I miss it. I wish I would have never cut it, because it'd be like this long right now. But this is what my hair used to always look like. For like 15 years, this is how I cut my hair. Different types of enemies can be identified by different overhead icons. Normal enemy, formidable foe. Okay, so we've got the one chevron for a normal enemy, and we've got the double chevron for a formidable foe. Okay, some formidable foes function as the leaders of enemy groups. After you have taken out the leader of the enemy group, they will no longer reappear when you interact with a dual edge banner or whatever it's called. Okay, so the leader is the double chevron, and the follower is the single chevron.
Bring it on. Prepare yourself.
Very cool. What time is it? All right. This game, I am getting a lot of Ghost of Tsushima vibes, dude. So during Christmas, my aunt and uncle made us like 3 pounds of peanut brittle, right? And I was just chowing, because I love peanut brittle. It's so good. Anyway, I was just chowing down on peanut brittle, right? And then all of a sudden I felt something sharp in my cheek. Well, the peanut brittle had ripped out a filling from when I was a teenager, and now it's like a hole that's like this. So the filling came up like that inside my tooth, and now it's just 2 super sharp edges, right? So my cheek is like rubbing up right here, and it comes to a point on this side because of how it broke. So it's just like this really sharp point like that, and then there's a hole, and then there's the other sharp point. But my cheek keeps going up and snagging it, and it digs into my cheek, and it's cutting into my cheek. So right here, this whole section of my cheek is swollen, and the more it swells, the more the tooth digs in, and the more the tooth digs in, the more it swells. It's like, I eat because I'm lonely, and I'm lonely because I eat. Enemies will notice you and attack if they hear you. Crouch with L3. Didn't I seek the dentist? I don't have insurance. Not right now. I have to wait a couple months for my insurance to kick back in. Walk. Lightly tilt L. This will allow you to move silently. Assassinate. Approach an enemy. So it's like any typical Soulsborne or Souls-like. You can do a death blow and you can riposte at the same time.
Approach from the back. Take it slow.
All the practice has paid off.
Prepare yourself.
So, Bass, are you still playing 14? Because I've been wanting to hop in lately. I've been thinking about it. Ever since Final Fantasy VII came out, it's really been making me want to hop back into 14. In fact, I was just looking at it today, and I was like, I should just buy a year subscription. Just drop the $50 and buy a year subscription, so I don't have to worry about it, and I can hop in whenever I want. Okay, that's where I came down. I need to go over here. Oh, crap. Okay, adding affinities. Deflecting enemy gunfire and other such attacks with the well-timed counter spark will temporarily set your weapon ablaze. Okay. Attacking enemies in this state will cause them to burn. Nice! Come on, come on. Damn it. One, two, three. Oh, yeah.
This way.
Oh, fucking, you're telling me, dude. I just turned 40. And, dude, it's rough. Like, if I sleep wrong, I like to sleep on my side with my arm tucked under my head like that. And, dude, lately, I've been getting up in the morning, and it feels like someone's stabbing my tendons with needles, dude. Or, a couple weeks ago, I was coming down the stairs, stepped on a damn Lego, ate shit, and my ankle was killing me for like 2 weeks. No, it's not that. It's because it's bent in a weird position, and it puts a lot of stress on the tendon itself. It's not my arm or like the muscles or anything. It's the tendon. Because even if, but that's another thing too. If I sit on the toilet for too long now, like if I'm on the toilet for more than like 5 minutes, my legs go numb. Or, our bed, we don't have a box spring. Our bed just sits inside this like this cherry wood frame. And if I sit with my arm on the side for too long, it will fuck up my whole arm because it cuts the circulation off right here, and it makes my whole arm feel like it's like somebody's squeezing my whole arm. Rifles are noisy but enable powerful attacks at range. Ready, L2, shoot, R2. Landing a headshot will greatly increase damage dealt. So I get this in addition to both my primary and secondary weapon. Cool. Very cool. How many bullets do I have? Is it... Oh, I have 7 shots. Oh, you get a secondary... No way! That is rad. Can you jump? Yes, you can.
Looks pretty busy. Is there another way?
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to 50. I am not looking forward to 50 at all. I'm gonna try to enjoy my 40s to the best of my ability. That's, oh, I never got to tell you this, Bass. So about a year ago, I almost died. I weighed about 315 pounds, right? I was big. I was eating like shit. I wasn't exercising at all. My legs were starting to have major issues. No, Winnie, dude, you're young. Enjoy that shit. Don't waste it. It has nothing to do with how you look, dude. It's just, you know, my parents had sex 20 years before yours, dude. It's not like that. But, so yeah, I was about 315 pounds, right? I was borderline diabetic, and I was starting to develop a lot of health problems that I didn't know about. So for whatever reason, my body, the red blood cells in my body started rejecting iron and potassium. So because my red blood cells started rejecting iron and potassium, my red blood cells started to shrivel up. And it was like a vicious circle. The more they shriveled up, the more iron and potassium they would reject. And the more iron and potassium they would reject, the more they would, you know, shrivel up. They weren't fully developing. So because of this, my immune system started dropping. And it started basically failing. And I ended up getting a bacterial infection in my stomach lining. And it caused me to have a gnarly ass ulcer in my stomach. And one of the guys I worked with had some hot sauce. Now, I've got to say, like, I love hot stuff, dude. I am a buffalo wing challenge kind of guy. I love doing hot shit. And I've eaten some really hot stuff in my lifetime. I've won a few different hot wing challenges, and I've had some pretty hot sauce from Mexico where it's nothing but a glass bottle and a skull and bones. No words, no numbers, no nothing. It's just a glass bottle with a skull and crossbones. Like, I've had some hot shit in my lifetime, right? In fact, I used to, I had Thai peppers and habaneros growing in my front yard, and I would dice those up and put them in my top ramen. So one of my coworkers brought this hot sauce, right? And I put some on a chip and I ate it, and it had some heat to it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say, oh, this was some bitch shit. It wasn't hot. It had some heat to it, but I chewed up the chip and I swallowed it and I was fine. I went, to drinking water and eating my sandwich the rest of my lunch. And after I finished my lunch, I was sitting there and we were all talking, and all of a sudden, like, I felt something weird that I'd never felt before. I felt it moving down my esophagus and into my stomach, and I was like, wait a minute, dude, something's not right. Something's not right at all. And then it started to, like, hurt, and I was like, oh, okay, wait, this is new. This has never happened before. And then so I went and I started poking my finger down my throat because I started to feel severe pain at this point in time. And it started to feel like somebody had grabbed my stomach and was squeezing it. And I was like, oh shit. So I started trying to throw it up, and that wasn't working. And then all of a sudden, that hot sauce just hit that ulcer, and I fucking dropped. Dude, I couldn't even breathe in. It hurt so bad. And I don't remember much after this point because I blacked out. But I do remember falling to my knees, and I was trying to say my stomach, but I was just like, because I couldn't breathe. And I guess at some point in time, they got me into a truck, and one of my coworkers filled their hand up with a bunch of Tums, and they just shoved them into my mouth, and they started chomping them in my mouth and pouring water in my mouth. And it was like a 30-minute drive to the ER. And about halfway to the ER, I started kind of coming back to. But I guess I was having like seizures and shit. I don't know. But as soon as we got there, they started taking my blood and stuff, and my doctor told me, she was like, your sugar levels are through the roof, your potassium levels and your iron levels are through the floor, and your red blood cells aren't fully developing, and whoever shoved the Tums in your throat saved your life because it neutralized the acid, or else it would have just burned a hole right through your stomach, because the bacterial infection that I got just totally ate that layer of mucus that goes around the inside of your stomach, and she said it would have just burned a hole right through my stomach. But dude, it was a real wake-up call. Like my legs weren't getting blood circulated to them. Like it was a straight up wake up call from God, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. All right. I just went down a rabbit hole. Using the grappling rope in battle. You can use your grappling rope as a weapon when locked onto an enemy. Also, certain objects like explosive barrels can be thrown at enemies. Throw grappling rope at enemies, R2. Use grappling rope to throw object at enemies. Hold R2 while the hook is displayed. Alright. Oh yeah, that was another thing too. So I chewed Copenhagen a lot, but I swallowed my chew. And the doctor was like, how long have you been doing that? And I said, about 20 years now. And he was like, well, if you want to live, you're going to stop. And I was like, okay. And I haven't had a dip since. I vape now, but I haven't put any chewing tobacco in my lips since that day.
Time to suffer.
Yeah, I'm
They are no match for the
a lot better now. Okay, you've obtained a new weapon. Select equipment from the options menu to equip or switch your primary, melee, and sub long-range weapons. Switch primary weapon. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's basically just my... Okay. Indeed, dude. I'm super grateful.
Prepare yourself.
Ah, come on. Okay. One. Damn it.
Sorry for the trouble.
Dude. Nice. What time is it? Crap, I gotta hop off soon.
You're dead.
Oh!
Sorry for the trouble.
Ew, he's like flopping. He is flippity flopping. What's over here? Yeah! Yeah! Iced his ass! Shoo-woo! Raise the banner! Touch the banner! Woo!
Child's play.
What's up here?
Prepare yourself.
Bring it on!
Aw, man. Fuck them both up. They don't want none of this. They don't want none. They don't want none of me. Put them on ice. Call me the Berg. All right. Here we go. R1.
It's close. Don't move! You!
Oh my god.
Prepare yourself.
Booyakasha! Oh, he's still alive. He ain't alive no more! I keyed his ass up! You don't want none of me. I will fuck you up tonight. Hiya! Hiya! You know what we really need? We really need a Bloodborne 2. That's what we absolutely need, a Bloodborne 2. And why we don't have one yet, I don't know. I don't know. Why don't we have a Bloodborne 2 yet? It does got a lot of good feeling to it. And the crazy thing is I've heard a lot of negative reviews about it, but I'm liking it so far. This isn't the way I need to go. I need to go...
You're dead!
Child's play.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's thanks to Elden Ring. That damn jump button. Bro, I don't know where I'm supposed to go, dude. It says that the captain's cabin is right above me. Didn't I just come down this way? I think I did. Bro, what the hell? I don't know where to go. I went this way already. Why are you so happy, Winnie? What's up? What's going on? Dude, where in the hell? What do I do? Oh, snap. Did you get that soap today or whatever? Oh my god, dude. It was right there the whole damn time. I feel like an idiot. Ah.
This country will open up at long last. After an epic voyage, I will travel all over the land.
Yep, we're coming up to about where I need to hop off. Oh, you'll say that until they're talking about season 5.
My vision is clear, and my harpoon ready. Huh? face us!
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I will not die till I've netted this whale.
You gonna die right now, boy! You'll have to rely on a perfectly timed counter. Okay, yep.
Look out! Now you've done it.
Sorry for the trouble.
Dude.
Kill me, and you're all done for. I've come a long way. I'm not dying here. Time to finish him off.
I'm afraid I can't let you kill him. You're completely inept. Two of you. The Veiled Edge. So you actually exist. Rumor is, a Veiled Edge will sacrifice their partner for duty. So which of you will do the deed? A Veiled Edge without a partner. Truly a pitiful sight.
Huh. That was wild.
That was the only trace that remained.
two of us are one. Don't forget this.
Alright, you guys, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I will be back tomorrow with more Final Fantasy VII. And, possibly either some Dragon's Dogma 2 or something else. But, you know, I really want to thank all you guys for stopping by and showing support for the channel today. It's greatly appreciated. You know, I want to thank you to the people that subbed to the channel today. You guys are greatly appreciated. And, you know, today was a good day. I really dig it when you guys stop by and, you know, drop off a bunch of wonderful conversation, because that's one of the original reasons why I created this channel, was to meet more like-minded people like myself. So you guys are always welcome here, and I hope that you guys all have an excellent night. I need to take my big ass to bed, because I have a feeling it's going to be a rough day tomorrow. But as I stated before, I hope you guys all have an excellent night, and I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.